Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm Evan and you can find me here on YouTube and Instagram and Ravelry as Evan Knits Things. Today is the very first episode of my 2024 podcast. So, welcome. Hi. On this podcast, I'm going to try every week to let you know what I've been knitting, what I want to be knitting, any acquisitions that I've come by, yarn, tools, needles. Needles would be kind of boring, but other stuff that I've acquired over the week, what my knitting goals for the week are, for the previous week, whether I accomplished them or not, and then what I want to get up to the following week. And then we can check in next week and see if I actually did those things. So this is actually a really boring week, and I apologize for that, but it's been busy. So first up, a look in my journal for what I wanted to do this week. This week, I wanted to accomplish a lot of things. It's right here. It's a lot of things I wanted to accomplish. I accomplished about half of them, so I'm going to count that as a win for the week. I do even have a finished object, but it's currently in use, so I will put a picture up when I talk about it. So the first thing that I wanted to do this week was finish the Henry blanket expansion project. Now, if you don't know what I'm talking about, go back and watch my whip roundup episode. I'll put a link to it here on the screen, and then you'll know all about it. And this week, I won't hold it up and brush it all over the microphone and have it be really loud and terrible. So I wanted to finish that project for Henry's birthday, which is actually in just a few days. Today is Sunday the 25th. So his birthday's on the 28th. This should go live the 26th to the 27th. I'm not sure. So I wanted to finish that project for his birthday. So I only had a few rounds left, and I did finish it. And I will put a picture on the screen. I'm not sure which side it'll be on. A side. It'll be on a side. And you can see I finished it. He's really sick right now, so I don't want to take it from him to show you on camera here, because that wouldn't be very nice. So I did finish that. I wrote down, I actually said that I wanted to finish the previous stripe, but I finished that last week, and I don't know why I rewrote it in this week, but that I did do. So that was a bravo to me. I finished something, I got to write it, but I finished it. It was very exciting. Very exciting to finish something this week when I've seen very little progress in other things. So next up is my secret Purl Soho project. Now, in my whip roundup video, I mentioned that I'm making two samples for them. One that I had finished and one that I hadn't started yet. The one that I had finished, actually, when I submitted the photos saying that I finished it to my boss, they were like, actually, could you make that a little bigger? So I had to go do more work on it. And this week I did cast on the second sample, and you work repeats of a pattern. And in this second one, I need to do 11 pattern repeats. I wanted to get done 5 this week, and I've gotten done 4 so far. So I think by the end of today, I can do 5, hopefully. Then my goal for this next week will be to finish this completely and send it off and have that be off my needles and being done worrying about it. And then I can work on other things that I actually want to work on. Because yes, I'm getting paid for this, and that's great, but it's really not very fun. And that happens sometimes, right? So that's that project. Next is the Marigold Tea, which is by Winter's Weather Knits. I always want to say Winter Weather's Knits, but it's Winter's Weather Knits. I said that I wanted to finish the sleeve this week and do one stripe of the body, and I did that. So I finished the sleeve here. Here's the sleeve, and then you cast on for the body in either direction. And I finished the first sleeve repeat, or the first body repeat. For this coming week on that project, I would like to get one more stripe repeat done. Since I'm mainly going to be focusing on the other sample, this one has a much longer time frame. I'd like to do one more stripe. We'll see if I can get that accomplished. I really don't know. I also said this week that I wanted to do one color on my Frogadier cross stitch, and I did not pick that up a single time. I'm a little sad about it because I really wanted to. I had, like, in my head, I had this goal of doing 2 a month because that would give me 24 for the year for the cross stitch 24 Pokemon in 2024. But this is my first one for February, and it's barely even worked on at all. So obviously that's not going to happen, and that's fine. Maybe if I'm really lucky, I can work on him some this coming week, but I don't really see that happening. I want to really focus on these 2 samples and get them finished and shipped out to where they go before I do other stuff. But I did finish Henry's blanket, and there's that. That was a load off because I didn't want him to be disappointed that he didn't get it back for his birthday. And he's very glad to have it now that he's sick and laying on the couch and all snuggled up in it, and that's worth the stress. So the next part of this podcast will be acquisitions. So let me go grab them and I will tell you all about them. Okay, so I just filmed the whole acquisitions part of the podcast and then realized that my phone didn't record it. So here we go again. First off, for Valentine's Day, my husband got me the Yarn on the Go carousel from Twice Sheared Sheep. I got the mandala one. So basically, it's a little carousel. And then you can take this top bit off. It's a magnet. And you can put your little lanyard on. And then you can carry it around on your wrist. You put your cake of yarn on here. Just slide it on. And then you can use your yarn. It's this little caddy. How fun is that? It's super cute. I was going to get it for myself, but then I was like, hey, you could get me this for Valentine's Day to my husband. And he was like, okay. We don't normally get each other Valentine's gifts just because he's really, really difficult to shop for. But I got him chocolate and he got me this. It just came. It was a little late, but you know, it's fine. So I'm pretty excited about that. And that was from Twice Sheared Sheep. And it comes in this super cute little travel case. When you're not using it, like you can take the little handle off and then this just comes right out. And you can put it all in this little case when you're not using it. And so I haven't used that yet, but I am super excited to use it. I will probably use it sitting at my kitchen table tomorrow while I do school with the kids. So that was my first acquisition for this week. The second one is also from Twice Sheared Sheep. It's on my secret project. So I will just have to like pop it out of the bag. Here it is. It's a row counter. If you follow Leslie at Knit California or Rachel at Rachel is Knitting, you know that they are both obsessed with twice sheared sheep row counters. And honestly, for the past year, I have thought that row counters were stupid and a waste of time, and why would I need that? Because I know what row I'm knitting. But then Leslie posted a video recently of how she uses her row counters and how there's a method of setting it up where you can say, okay, I have 26 rows left, and so you put this little stitch marker there on the 2, and then your needle will be on the 6, and then you don't have to think. You don't have to pay attention. You can just knit. And well, that sold it for me. So I went and looked, and I got this little Alice in Wonderland one because it's so cute. And I got the circular version instead of the long line version because I know it'd get tangled. I'd put it away in like my little notions case and it would be a tangled mess. So I will say I'm working on a flat project with it, like back and forth, not in the round, and I don't love it. I like it. I don't love it. My little neurodivergent brain doesn't like that it would be at the beginning of the right side row and then at the end of the wrong side row. So I have it directly in the middle. So it's in the same place going both directions. But then like for half the row, it's like, but what row am I on until I get there? And then, yeah. So I know that I'll love it on a project in the round. I like it on a flat project. Not love, like. So I hope to use that on an in the round project soon. And we can see how much I love it. The next thing I got is yarn. I got these 2 beautiful colorways from Creation Miss Couture. I knit a sample shawl for Catherine over there a couple months ago. Yeah, in January. So a month ago, not a couple months ago. I'll post a picture of the shawl. It was an Andrea Mowry. I think it's called the winter something shawl. I'll post that too. And as payment for that shawl, I got a gift card to Catherine's shop. And she is a dyer in Canada. And she just has the most delightful colorways. This was a My Little Pony experiment. So I got 4 skeins of this. It's on her classic sock base. They don't have ball bands. So I don't have the exact merino nylon percentage or the alpaca and silk percentage because they don't have ball bands, which was a little strange, but it's fine. So My Little Pony experiment colorway. This didn't have like an exact name. There were a couple different My Little Pony experiments. And I love My Little Pony. Probably way more than a 36-year-old woman should, but I love My Little Pony. And I don't really go for blues much. Like, if you look at my entire collection, you'll find 1 blue, and that's it. And I don't know if you can see over here, but there's a blue mohair over there that I got as a surprise thing. So I don't usually go for blue, but this spoke to me. Look at all of those colors. There's blues and whites and pinks and purples and like even a little bit of burgundy. And I saw this and I immediately thought, okay, I need to hold that double with a Surrey, and it needs to be the new plan for the Cumulonimbus that's part of my Make 9. And the Surrey I found, this is her Raspberry Jam colorway, which I believe was from her Christmas collection or Nutcracker collection. And these like supposedly weren't meant to go together, but are these not perfect together? Like, look at that. They're perfect. This is a Surrey alpaca, so it's a Surrey and silk blend, and they were made for each other. I had originally just planned on holding a DK single for the Cumulonimbus. It calls for a fingering and a floof, but I was just going to hold it DK because I loved the pattern and I didn't have any floof to knit it with. But new plan, better plan. Very excited. I want to cast this on like right now. I can't because I have commitments, but I want to so bad. Like, look at this squish on that. Look at that. It's so good. And this is so soft. I absolutely cannot wait to do this. This will probably be my next Make 9 cast on. Like, I have 2 cast on already, but I don't care. This needs to be part of it immediately. And she included the cutest little goodie in my package. I got these adorable little koala stickers that I'm going to put in my journal. How cute is that? And then a little packet of tea that matches my yarn. It matches the yarn. And the cutest little ducky stitch marker. Look at him. He matches the yarn too. Like, look at that. It's a perfect match. Perfect. I'm in love. In love with this. Him. He's so cute. So, that's my last acquisition, and that's it for this week. It's short, I know. I didn't work on a lot of things this week, and I didn't finish a lot of things this week, but it's fine. This is how weeks go in knitting sometimes. Knitting is slow, and that's okay. And we love it, and it's great, and it's okay that everything isn't a 5-minute project. But that's it for this week. If you liked this video, make sure to click that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. And definitely go follow me over on Instagram at EvanKnitsThings. And I will see you guys next time. Bye!